Welcome back. So the public broadcaster, the South African Broadcasting Corporation, has announced that it will be retrenching 400 employees. It will be implementing Section 189 of the Labour Relations Act. The South African Communist Party has rebuked the decision, pledging workers solidarity. The union's national spokesperson Alex Mashilo joins us now. Mr. Mashilo, very good evening to you, and thank you so much for joining us. Now, in the past, you called on the SABC to be transparent. So, okay, I do understand that we don't have him yet. We will get back to Mr. Mashilo, but let's find out now from another stakeholder, that is Right to Know, to find out what their view is. That Michael Graaf joins us from the Right to Know. Very good evening, and thank you so much for speaking to us, Mr. Graaf. What is the view of what the SABC has put out as the final plan for restructuring for the organisation? Do you feel that they are not only well within their rights, but what they are presenting is sincere when they say that they have tried all avenues and the best they can is do this, implement Section 189 with the retrenchment of 400 workers?
Good evening. Yes, well, we accept that the board is acting in good faith within the terms of reference that they've been given, but we believe that this matter shouldn't be dealt with as if it's just another company that needs to get back on a sound financial footing. It shouldn't even be dealt with as if it's a government department, because the SABC is a constitutionally mandated agency that is there to. It's a public broadcaster. It's supposed to provide public interest information to keep the public informed. It's essential to democratic decision making and educational functions. So we think that this thing should be dealt with at a very high political level. There should be a national debate. It should have happened already.
So let me just jump in on that thing. You say that it shouldn't be dealt with from a political standpoint, but that there should be a high-level political debate which involves everyone. The CWU just saying now that the SABC has an unfunded mandate. It is therefore essential that how it proceeds is in respect to that, and it does while respecting the need to deepen the improve on the widening digital industrial revolution. It must make sure that it is not at the behest or under pressure of investors.
Yes, it's not a company, and nor is it just a random government department. It's a specialized agency that's essential to democracy, for the decision making to be informed. Democratic decisions need citizens to be well informed. Ideally, everybody should have decent internet, but until such time as we can guarantee that, the SABC is the best sort of stepping stone that we have, and it needs to step up to that function. And I think that the past few years in which there have been some irresponsible management decisions, employing people somewhat irrationally and promoting people irrationally, that obviously has to be reviewed. But the idea of just retrenching people, when actually many of them have skills that are desperately needed, once a new vision has been articulated for the SABC, then we can decide where to redeploy some of those people.
So do you believe that documents that have been presented are not clear enough on that?
No, I just think that they were acting within the terms of reference that they were given, but they shouldn't have been given such terms of reference until the national debate had happened about what should be the role of a public broadcaster in a transition into a digital age where South Africa is way behind where it should be in terms of.
So the government, through the Minister of Communications, has said, contrary to what you're saying, that the the Government Technical Advisory Centre had issued it with a list of guidelines that it still feels the SABC has not adhered to.
I am aware of that, but the Government Technical Advisory Centre is there to advise government departments, and the SABC is not a government department. It shouldn't be dealt with as a technical matter. This should be seen as we as a nation. What do we want to do? How do we want to deal with the situation where?
But shouldn't these principles of, for instance, consulting key and external stakeholders, inclusive of the recognized organized unions, develop a proposal for populating organizational structure that considers viable options? I mean, shouldn't those be universal principles? Surely it can't be just because it's from the Government Technical Advisory Committee, Council, that it should be said to be political.
I think we're still talking at the level of the terms of reference of either given to the board for its restructuring, or coming from the Technical Advisory Committee. They're still not dealing with the fact that South Africa needs a new mission for a public broadcaster. We need to develop digital skills and opportunities and provide channels of information to people in ways that haven't happened before. And as I say, until we can provide proper internet access, the SABC is the best bridge that we have.
All right, thank you so much for speaking to us, Michael Graaf of the Right to Know campaign. Francis?